What's up guys, Mickle here, and in this video we're going to be going over why tomorrow is going to be such a huge day in the Ripple SEC case. There is a monstrous filing out of the SEC due to the court. I'm going to show you guys exactly what's going on here, what we expect out of the SEC, but most importantly why it's so significant to this case. The SEC has been in a world of hurt recently, and I do not think that will stop anytime soon. In this video I'm going to show you guys exactly why their filing tomorrow could be so disastrous for them in this case. That is something you guys are not going to want to miss. I also came across a very interesting document that shows that Ripple is working heavily with the regulators behind the scenes. We know that Ripple has been tied up in this BS SEC case, but the SEC is only one regulator. I want to show you guys that Ripple has been making fantastic strides and really looks like one of the most regulatory compliant cryptocurrency companies out there, and this is gonna be huge once we're done with the SEC. Last of all guys, I noticed something very interesting going on with Tether. I haven't seen anyone talking about this. We know that if Tether goes down, this whole market will in no doubt implode. At the end of this video, I'm gonna show you guys what I just noticed. I really think we need to be keeping our eye on this because I think it's going completely under the radar. Make sure you guys stick around for that. You are not gonna want to miss it. Guys, like always, if you are new to this channel or come here all the time, please take a second to hit the like and subscribe button down below. It goes such a long way in helping to support this channel, and it means so much to me. If you guys are ever looking for a good place to buy some XRP, make sure to check out the link in the description below. With that said though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So guys, I had to start out with this. I thought it was so funny. Gary Gensler put out this tweet today talking about managing conflicts of interest and how important it was, and John Deaton commented under it. I literally can't believe you were tweeting about conflicts of interest, but take a look how many likes Gary's tweet got versus John Deaton's. John Deaton more than 10x Gary's likes on this tweet. There is no way Gary Gensler does not see this. This is blowing up his Twitter right now and completely roasting his entire agency. I thought this was just so good for raising awareness and telling Gary Gensler, we know you are corrupt, we know your agency is corrupt, and no matter how much you try to put out these BS little memos, we're not gonna believe it. And even funnier, Library came in and commented. They said 10x, very nice. I thought this is pretty hilarious. Guys, honestly though, the more attention and more hate Gary Gensler gets, I do honestly believe it's gonna force him to loosen up. There is no way he can possibly ignore the amount of bad press he is bringing the SEC right now, and he needs to be very conscious of continuing to bring in this negative press because it is no doubt gonna ignite potential investigations down the road. Let's keep moving though, and this is something we definitely need to be paying attention to. Ashley Prosper tweeted out, tomorrow, May 18th, the SEC will file its reply to Ripple's objection over their attorney-client privilege argument. This is going to be absolutely huge for this case because one of the biggest issues right now and one of the main things holding this case up is the Bill Hinman Ethereum free pass emails. We know that Ripple desperately wants to get a hold of these emails because they are highly confident that there is something in these emails directly saying that XRP is not a security. This would entirely blow up the SEC's entire case and likely force them to settle immediately if they were to hand them over. Most people don't think they will. On the other hand, the SEC is desperately trying to get a privilege argument that could allow them to completely black out any portion of those emails that could be extremely damning that Ripple could use, or to not hand over the emails entirely. For the last year now, these emails have been heavily fought over for over a year now, and tomorrow the SEC is gonna have to make their last attempt to try to convince the court to apply the attorney-client privilege. Now, we know based on everything the lawyers following this case have been saying that there is no way the these emails should apply under the attorney-client privilege. And the main reason for that is that the SEC dug themselves into such a deep hole. They spent this entire case trying to argue that the emails were Bill Hinman's personal opinion. They later tried to 180 on that, but the court has already accepted that they were Bill Hinman's personal opinion. Now, the problem with that is that makes all the SEC lawyers not Bill Hinman's lawyers when he made the speech, because if it was Hinman's personal opinion and wasn't from the SEC, then he can't claim attorney-client privilege on the SEC lawyers. Therefore, tomorrow we should see something extremely interesting out of the SEC. Who knows what they're going to try to do, but either way, it should give us some very good insight to what their strategy is going forward. Are they going to try to 180 again? Are they going to try to lie? Are they going to try to make up some crazy excuse that doesn't make any sense? Let's see, but tomorrow is definitely going to be extremely impactful for this case. And just to show you guys how much of a tough spot the SEC really is in, this is from Law 360, a very highly respected publication that covers different court cases. They said the SEC therefore has no legitimate claim of privilege over the discussions Mr. Hinman had while preparing to deliver a speech in his personal capacity. This is definitely a very positive sign. Hearing such a highly respected publication say this, there is no doubt in my mind that the court and the judges saw this put out there and now are going to have even more pressure on them to make the correct ruling. And I tweeted in response to this, the SEC has put themselves in a lose-lose situation with the Hinman speech, and guess what? They are losing. Guys, from the start, this Hinman speech has literally tanked the SEC case. They couldn't say it was SEC guided, or else they would have to compare why Ethereum is not a security in their eyes and XRP is. That's obviously impossible. And they couldn't say it was Bill Hinman's personal opinion, or else they would have to hand over the emails that led to the Ethereum free pass speech, obviously containing a ton of corruption. Tomorrow is going to be super interesting. I can't wait to see what the SEC does here, but either way, things are looking great for Ripple, and tomorrow is going to be a big step getting towards the clarity we all deserve. Next, guys, I was really excited to show you this because I think it's so important to zoom out and look at the larger picture sometimes. People always say that in terms of charts, but it's important to do that in terms of fundamentals as well. We have been so caught up in the Ripple SEC case, sometimes we forget that the SEC is only a tiny regulator in a single jurisdiction. Take a look at this. Ashley Prosper put this out. She said, "Remind me why I should sell my XRP again." And this is regulatory and policy engagement of Ripple. They're currently working with the Bank of England in their accelerator program, the Federal Reserve in their faster payment task force, the International Monetary Fund, which is one of the most powerful institutions in the entire world, and the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority. There are probably so many more behind the scenes. We know the CFTC, IRS, and Department of Homeland Security also have already called XRP a cryptocurrency, and these are all regulators in the US. We know FinCEN also already settled a case with Ripple calling XRP a currency. Guys, the SEC is just a road bump in our path to global domination. There is no doubt in my mind that XRP is gonna get by the SEC. It's just taking a little longer than any of us has expected, but at the end of the day, the SEC is a big nothing burger. They're gonna get run over, they're gonna get out of our way, and there's nothing anyone's gonna do to stop XRP from dominating the global financial system. And on that same note, Sam Bankman-Fried tweeted out today, he's the CEO of FTX. "Why didn't our wire transfer land? Looks like the bank messed it up. It's a manual error, I think. If only there was a cleaner way to send value." And I responded to him. I said, "Hey, Sam Bankman-Fried, you can just say XRP." Guys, XRP has such a clear path, such a defined role in our global financial system, and it is such an obvious choice for sending value. We are waiting for the regulation. We are waiting for these regulators to figure out exactly how it's going to be used, what are the specifics that need to be hammered out, but once it's done, there is no way that cryptocurrencies are not going to become the dominant method to transact value. Last of all, guys, I wanted to show you this. I think it's really important that we pay close attention to Tether right now. Tether really is a ticking time bomb. I think we need to keep our eye on it, because if Tether does go down, the market will tank, but it will be one of the last fantastic buying opportunities you will get before this market really takes off and gains real world utility. I thought this was a really interesting tweet, and it was right along those lines. It's by Mark Phillips. He said, unpopular opinion, USD peg stablecoins not based in the US will not be allowed to exist, and then points out that Terra Luna is out of South Korea, it depegged, Tether is out of Hong Kong, and it looks like it could depegged. We had some other stable coins that have also depegged, and then you have Circle out of Boston with custody by BNY Mellon that looks like it's been perfectly fine through all of this. Well, that got me thinking, and I was taking a look at Tether and noticed the market cap chart has been dropping off a cliff. Oh, wow, it seems like all that exact value is flowing into the USDC coin. But take a look at these lines. I see something very interesting going on. You notice how it looks like USDC has a constant flow of value coming into it? Take a look at Tether. It's happening in these stair steps down, and now for a couple days now, we have not seen Tether actually release a lot of value that is likely flowing out of it based on the inflows we have seen into USDC. I don't know if Tether is purposely not burning this market cap based on the fact that they are worried it could cause their currency to further depeg. This is obviously a lot of speculation, but it doesn't make sense to me why it would be stair-stepping down and why we would have a more continuous flow into something like Circle. It seems like there is likely a lot of value going into Circle right now that should be coming out at Tether, but they're worried about releasing this value because it could harm the peg. Now let's see what happens. For all we know, this could do another big stair step down and everything could be fine. And I want to show you guys a counter argument just so you're not super terrified that this has to happen, because Sam Bankman-Fried also tweeted out today in response to this article. The CNBC article said investors withdraw over $7 billion from Tether, raising fears about its stability. And he said, think this is backwards. If successfully $7 billion was withdrawn from Tether, that proves there were reserves to send back. Now, I do believe Tether has reserves, but I do not believe they could withstand a super large withdrawal or a massive run on the banks. I have a feeling that the US could try to create this to bring down Tether. This is something we are going to be paying very close attention to. I always tell you guys, if this happens, do not be scared. This has nothing to do with the fundamentals of XRP, has nothing to do with the fundamentals of cryptocurrency, and is a black swan that needs to happen. Tether has been getting hammered by regulators in the US. They want Tether gone. In every single Bitcoin spot ETF, they cite Tether as the issue why it hasn't happened. The Supreme Court has been after Tether. These regulators want Tether gone, and I'm worried if this isn't going to happen naturally, they're going to make it happen. With that said, though, there's really not much we can do about it. If it happens, it happens. I just want you guys to be prepared. I don't want to end it on that note. I want to end it on a little more positive note. Digital asset investor tweeted out, if Flare Network launches on 4th of July, I will be smoking a brisket to celebrate the day in their honor. Guys, I cannot wait for Flare Networks. This is going to be huge. This is another project we're going to be talking about a lot on this channel. We're going to be accumulating heavily. I just don't want to talk about it too much before I know it's set in stone, getting released July 4th. This is going to be awesome. A ton of passive income. I am looking forward to this a ton. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. Make sure to like and subscribe. It really does help me out so much. And for now, Mickle out.